Hi, and welcome to HUR at Home Music Night. I'm your host, Angela Stribling. This is actually our last night before we go on hiatus. Hiatus. So this is kind of a big deal. I'm really glad you're here. And I'm so happy that this band is here. They're absolutely my favorite. I say it all the time because they never disappoint. I love these guys. So put your hands together for Kevon Edmonds, Keith Mitchell, Daniel McLean, I should say Danny. We know them as After Seven. Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Happy holidays. I got my Christmas tree here just for your in your
yes.
honor.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays to you too.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays. You guys have been really busy lately,
Yeah.
putting out all this good music. I was just saying right before we went live, I can't pick a number one. I mean, I love them all. Tomorrow Can Wait is on fire. So congratulations. How's it doing?
It's doing great. Wow. We're in the top 10 right now. So we just keep putting this music out, hoping and believing that people still appreciate what it is that we do. And people like you are supporting us and making the difference for us. So we're really proud and excited about, finally, just keeping this music out there and representing the sound of After Seven.
Oh, yeah. Keeping it out there for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, this is your 33rd year of
Yeah,
After Seven? Is it 33?
33, 34, somewhere in there, something like that. Yeah, we've been
My
doing it.
goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. I mean, and to still not only to stay relevant, but to, as you just said, to be in the top 10 on the Billboard charts. After all these years, I mean, I have to mention that it was originated, by your brother, Melvin Edmonds, and you and Keith
Mhm.
Mitchell, right? The
Right.
three of you started After Seven and, then added Danny. But talk about that, just the journey, in those 33, 34 years. The three of you, I would just love to hear how, in your mind and in your experience, how you feel After Seven has evolved.
It is a journey. It has been a journey, and was something that we just. I think we, as time goes, you grow into it. You have to go through all the peaks and valleys, all the highlights that have happened along the way. Probably you can't have any highlights without some disappointments. We've been able to weather all of those things and still stick it out, stay together, still have a real true love for the music that we do. And it's about,
Mm.
we've never veered away from singing about what we have always felt was important. That was love, life, and relationships. So one way or another, when the paintbrush gets in our hand, that's what we're going to be painting a picture of love in some capacity or another. And it's I think it's the one thing that people can always connect to. And because of that, I believe that it has been the reason why we have been able to sustain.
Yeah.
We did have a 20-year hiatus. We weren't creating any new music. But the beautiful thing is the music that we did create still spoke volumes to people who were fans of After Seven. And since then, we've been back and we've been, in the lab and putting this new music out, and it's refreshing to a lot of people who've missed that kind of music. So it's been a wonderful journey, and we don't know where the end is. We're just going to keep doing what it is that we've been blessed to do.
Whew. I'm so happy to hear that. I mean, as I mentioned, Melvin Edmonds, his son Jason Edmonds, was a part of the group. That Edmonds, family, there's something in your DNA that just good music.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think so. Babyface, you,
Right?
And so, I want to hear from you, Keith and Danny as well. As Kevon just said, you've managed to just, always provide this good romantic love music. I mean, it hits every time. What do you think is that Midas touch?
Well,
What?
I think the lead ingredient is Mr. Babyface Kenneth Edmonds and Daryl Simmons, who added, an important ingredient as well as L.A. They had the magic on being able to express the different variations of love and relationships. And they were able to take the talents that After Seven brought to the table. And just because it was family and close friends, they knew what we were all capable of doing. And it was just a magical thing that Face was able to put the duo of Kevon and Melvin's voice to use the way that he did. And they bounced back and forth off of each other. Um, I think we all were first tenors, which gave us a different brand. There was no real bass singer, no real baritone singer. We were all first tenors, so that enabled us to be able to hit all the same notes, and it created a blend that was rather unique.
Yeah.
And that sound, that After Seven sound, is what attracted us. When we finally realized what we sounded like, we realized we had something that was special, and that's what I think a lot of people fell in love with. But the tenure of the journey, you go through a mirage of different things. The love for performance, seeing people fall in love with your music and know your music, and come out and want to see you, spend money to see you. I mean, it's a fascinating scenario over a course of this many years. And we had no idea when we started out in 1989 that we'd have this opportunity to have this much longevity in the business. But we've been blessed, and we know truly that it was a God sent that we came together, and the ingredients of the family and friendships that we had is what spirited us to have this kind of success.
That's beautiful. And the comment section is alive. David said, "What's up After Seven? Keep going." Oh, I love it. Marcella, thank you. Good evening. Pamela, hi. Now, listen, I had the great fortune of being on the Soul Train cruise with you guys last year. And remember, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And I've seen you in concert so many times, and you always bring it. I mean, it would be, I think, so easy to rest on your laurels and all the things that we just talked about. Yes, the famous formula that you've had for so long, that you could just sit back and be there with the microphone. Oh, but no, y'all were up there with outfits, and it was choreographed and people were screaming. It was the same, or it seemed to be the same type of energy of artists that are just starting out, which seems like you still have that excitement and, wanting to please your fans. So speak to that. And Danny, we haven't heard from you yet.
Yes, Danny.
Well, I guess it kind of correlates to the last question that you asked, and that is to say that After Seven, before I got in the group, After Seven was already bred from a time of real singers and performers. You looked up to that. It was around you all the time. Shucks, these guys came from Indiana. You know what I mean? And that passion, I never left them, and you could hear it in the music. It's one thing to have a producer and a singer get together and just kind of go through the motions and put your vocals down and then get it out there, but they were the right fit for the right sound. And all these years now when we come on stage, lucky me, I'm a part of this program, this empire that's been built for quite some time off of passion and off of the idea of it's like you leave it all on stage. You go out there and you just kind of leave it all on stage. You know what I mean? Like it ain't ever over kind of thing. You know what I mean? You don't get complacent. Keith doesn't get complacent. Kevon doesn't get complacent. And that kind of gives me the drive to make sure that I'm on par with them. You know what I mean? So
I love it. That question's for everybody.
Yeah.
I would also add, and this is something that I think we always kind of keep keep inside is when we come to the stage, and I appreciate the fact that you see that we do pour it out. We don't try to leave the stage without pouring it all out.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing I think that we all recognize when we step to the stage is that we are there for the audience. I know they paid money to come and see us, so we don't go out there in the mindset that they're there for us. We are there, and mainly we get to be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that whole process starts and begins there. And so whatever happens at that point, we always feel it's incumbent upon us to give them a show. If you're going to show me love, it's because I'm showing you love first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we believe. So we pour it out. We don't wait, we're here comes, we have arrived. Right. Yes, love me. No, it's none of that. we come with the intention of giving you a show that you won't forget.
Yeah.
Every time we get it's important to us, and to have fun. And when people see that you love and enjoy what it is that you are doing, they're engaged, and they have an appreciation for that. And so we're never going to stop pointing it out. When we hit that stage, we're going to give you everything we got. That's how we are.
Everything with every song. Yes. Keith?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, it's the love, it's the passion for music. Music is what stimulates us to want to sing, to want to dance. And so what happens in a live situation is that, our band, along with our choreographer, has put together a presentation package that is phenomenal. I think that we're blessed to have Jamel Graves to have come back into our lives. He was responsible for choreography from the video
He's amazing.
Years ago. Baby, I'm for real. Yes, he is. Mm-hmm. And he sees the entire production. Yeah. And a lot of times people just see one particular facet, but we've been blessed to have someone of his talents to work with us and to redirect our focus and our love and passion for the music. And that makes it fun as well, because after 30 years, you can lose certain things in the music, in the presentation of music. But with having somebody like Jamel around, he's able to keep you on the cutting edge of your presentation and what kind of content you need to give you the kind of performances that you've seen us give. I take my hat off to him and to us for being able to withstand what he puts us through.
Yes. I mean, listen, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because again, just to your point, there are many groups who are still out there, performing and touring, and they've been around for a long time. But with a lot of groups, it's the same formula that they were using 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, not that it was bad, but it's the same. Right. And to be able to reinvent yourself and to stay relevant and to be timeless, it takes a lot of work on your part, because the moves that you guys are making on stage, I mean, it's not like you're just coasting. You are moving. And, and with the wardrobe changes, I mean, everything just keeps you young, fresh, and the music matches it. So, kudos to you. I mean, especially these days, artist development, I mean, that's
it's out the window. Yeah, it's gone.
Right?
Yeah, so you got to develop yourself, and then hopefully social media can get out there and make people take notice to you. So it's a totally different game.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just wise to have someone who is able to, who gets your vision and is not trying to change you, but it enhances everything that you're trying to do. So let's talk about Tomorrow Can Wait. I mean, I love the single. And so how is that doing? I mean, I think the last time I talked to you guys, we were talking about that song and it was on fire.
Well, Danny, what was the first lyrics of that song, Danny? How do you start that out?
I'm just a man, and I understand. I don't have any supernatural powers to display.
Come on.
Don't stop. Oh my goodness.
Put me
Yes.
on the spot. I had to go.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, so that's how it's doing.
Yeah. It's doing really. It's performing really well. We had high hopes for this song because it was really part. It was in our wheelhouse, if you will. It was a babyface built song, if you will, along with Damon Thomas and Felly the Voice, who was songwriters on this particular song. But we felt very strongly about this particular song because I think everything else on this album, Unfinished Business, was not a babyface produced song. So we ventured out and did some other things. But it's nice to go away and come back. And that's what this song kind of represents. It represents, I guess, an opportunity to remind people who we are, what the sound of After Seven, something that's somewhat reminiscent of a sound that they knew about After Seven from the very beginning. And, and Danny's really smooth with that delivery, as you just witnessed.
Oh yeah,
he's doing his thing, and I think it's a perfect combination of our voices at this time, at radio and music and everything. That it's not like anything else that anyone else is doing.
Absolutely.
We're just kind of in a lane of our own right now, and we get to do After Seven, and I think that is it's just a special thing right now. I could tell you that a lot of these artists that are at radio that are in the top 10, they are the groups. They are the artists of today. They are the Jasmine Sullivans, the Brunos, the Alicia Keys, you name it. You know, they're there. And hey,
so are you.
We still in the mix.
Yeah, right. I keep trying to make that the name of the CD, but you're right. It's Unfinished Business. And I mean, there's so many songs on it that I love.
Yeah.
And, so how do you pick one and say, to me, I'd be putting them all out there and say, you know what, radio stations, just play them all at once. How do you say, okay, we're just going to focus on this one right now, or we're just going to focus on that one?
It is a strategy. It's a strategy of knowing you just can't throw anything out there. You can't. I mean, while we love all the songs on the record, you have to determine how you want to reintroduce yourself to your fan base, and at the same time not feel dated, but let them know that what you have to offer is still in the vein of what's happening today, but still authentically After Seven. And so we stepped into that with that thought process in mind, which is why we went with the first single, Bittersweet. Nice. We wanted to, which is really different for After Seven, and some folks got to it, some folks didn't. But I believe that we opened up our fan base a little bit more. We appealed to some listeners who might not have paid any attention to who are those guys, right? So I think that opened it up, and then we came with a No Place Like You, which is just
that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, the words, the lyrics, and all of these songs. It's like, it's what every woman wants to hear.
Yes, so it fell right in line with what is, I think, what you expect from an After Seven. But all I can say is we're really, really excited about what's happening with Tomorrow Can Wait right now, and the fact that we are in the top 10.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. But in the words of our friend, Mr. Teddy Riley, he said, "It ain't over."
Okay. Yes, you did. And clearly it ain't over with After Seven. I mean, you've proven over and over again that, we love your music. Everyone loves your music. I mean, even the fact that you took a 20-year hiatus and you were great before that hiatus, and then to come back and gain a whole new audience, as well as bring along the audience who loved you before. I mean, that speaks volumes to your music. So, yeah, it's all God. Absolutely. And, you're allowing yourself to be the vessels. And we
Amen.
yeah, definitely appreciate it. So, yeah, kudos to all of you. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is our last show before the holidays. So we wanted to end it with someone we knew everybody was going to love. And so it's going to live here on WHUR's website. And this is our program director, Al Payne.
Al
You see
Payne.
that? Thanks.
Okay, what's up, Al?
Yes. So it's because of Al and Tracy that we play your music so much.
Absolutely. We appreciate
Much
Tracy.
love. Much love.
Yes.
Much love. So any words, here we are going into the holidays, and this can be a particularly tough time for many people, especially if you're, spending it alone or, whatever the reasons are. And for some, it's a great time, but it's always a good time to hear some inspiration. So before we say goodnight, is there anything that you'd like to either sing or to say, or if all of you would like to say some inspiring words or whatever you'd like to leave us with?
Danny, do you want to sing or do you have some inspiring words?
right to you.
I mean, happy holidays.
What did you say? Happy holidays?
He said happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
After Seven, love you. I don't know, man. I mean, hey, there was a song that we sang, that you sang, that we sang.
Come on, y'all.
What? Sing, please. David says sing, son.
Oh, yeah?
That's what
He said please.
Sing, please.
Hey, all right.
Hey,
all right. It's to the late, great Mr. Donnie Hathaway. Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, firesides blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. And for After Seven, baby.
Oh my goodness. That was beautiful and inspiring.
Sky.
Absolutely gorgeous.
After Seven, baby.
All right, not to be outdone.
Yeah, all you gotta do is push that button. Push that button. Go ahead, Dan.
We'll push what button?
No, I'm saying we push the button, Danny.
I love it.
Hey, speaking of buttons, we need everybody to make sure y'all follow us at After Seven Music on all social media platforms. It's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, even the website. And then we need y'all to go to iTunes, Spotify, and go download that album, Unfinished Business.
Absolutely.
Because like the title says, it's unfinished business. And you're going to love the business that's on there.
That's right. Talk to me. We want to also remind you guys, listen, to the area, those folks in the Bethesda area, we're coming to Bethesda this weekend. Saturday, December the 10th, we've got 2 shows. One at 7 p.m., 6 p.m., I think it is. And the other, I think, is going to be between 9 and 9:30. I believe they may be sold out, but check it out. Find out whether or not there are any tickets left. But you need to come on out and catch the show. We're going to have a great time, and you don't want to miss this one.
You don't want to miss.
That's the blues and jazz.
And in 2023, there will be some more unfinished business coming to the radio waves near you.
I love that. Thank you guys. Love you guys so much. Make sure everyone follow After 7 if you haven't. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss their concerts. I never miss them. Whenever they're in a city that I've seen you many times. I've seen you at Bethesda Blues and Jazz. As I mentioned, the Soul Train cruise. Are you guys doing it again next year?
Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Okay, I'll be looking for you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. And thank you
Happy
so much.
holidays.
David was trying to get you to sing too, Kevon.
He was.
He said, awesome. All right, Kevon, your time. You're next.
Let me see. I don't know what I was saying. Danny was so soulful.
Oh, what about that? The City Winery.
Huh?
We were about City Winery when we was in the back. When we was in the back room.
What were we singing?
With Brian.
What were we singing? Help me out. It's coming. It's coming. David's waiting on you.
He's doing some research.
How about a verse of that Lonely Christmas? Is that too dark? The Lonely Christmas, is it too dark?
Yeah. Come on, give me. Is he talk? David, talk to me. You talking Christmas or what are you talking about? Christmas, David? What are you talking about? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. Do I go? They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Oh my goodness.
Move, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another day at the office.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Keith. I mean, if you feel inspired, you don't want to be outdone.
No. I'm gonna let them do what they do.
Well, you know what? They did it so beautifully. We're not even going to pressure.
Absolutely. No problem.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year. Love you guys.
We appreciate you.
Oh, in Bethesda. It's going to be amazing. Have a great show in Bethesda.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
It's going to be amazing. Thank you all for watching us on HUR at Home. I'm your host, Angela Stribling. Remember to follow at WHUR-FM. While you're at it, follow me too at Angela Stribling on all platforms. And don't forget to follow After 7. And what's that? At After 7?
Music.
At After 7 Music. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you, I guess, in 2023. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.